I'm Tom Moyer. I'm from Ludesco Microscopes, and we are a microscope sales and service company based out of Baltimore, Maryland. So I have roots in the microscope service industry, and so does our company. It was born out of a microscope service company. So we provide microscopes and microscope accessories for life science, clinical, industrial, and forensic applications in the Baltimore-Washington corridor. So I like everything about CoolLED systems. So we have historically offered Mercury, metal halide, and then LED systems. So we have kind of kept up with the progression. So we started offering Mercury lamps as replacements for customers who were still using Mercury. And then when metal halide came along, we found a good metal halide system, and we offered that as a replacement for Mercury systems. And then LED took a while. So in the infancy of LED systems, we found that they were pretty expensive. They weren't too bright. There were a lot of valleys in the output. So we had worked with a couple LED manufacturers, and then I actually found CoolLED. I got a demo, and I was very surprised at the intensity and the ease of use. So we have been a CoolLED distributor ever since. There's a couple categories. So we have the routine microscopes where we have a couple people who come in to use the microscope. It may have a Mercury or a metal halide system on it. So there's a lot of pains with Mercury systems, especially with a microscope that's used in a high capacity. So one of those pains is the fact that if you turn a Mercury system off, you have to wait a while for it to turn back on, or else you do damage to the lamp. So customers definitely see the value in an LED system where you can put it in there, you don't have to align anything, and it's ready to go. You can turn it on and off as often or as quickly as you'd like without doing any damage. And one thing that we actually have been doing lately is with the PE300 specifically, because we have 3 segments of light that we can trigger. We have a UV, a blue, and a green output. So we can install a multi-band filter. And then customers, instead of switching filters, sometimes you may have like a shift between filters. All we have to do is turn on the individual segments of the PE300, and then you can capture your multi-channel image. Yeah, so that's something that customers don't necessarily know is an option. And even though there are systems that do that, those systems tend to be very expensive and pretty unattainable for a routine microscope. Right, so it would be the intensity. I think people may have seen certain LED systems before that weren't as bright as they would have liked them to be. And also phototoxicity is a big deal, especially with live samples. So because the LEDs, it's a more gentle light source, that's a huge benefit for certain customers. Yes, yeah. So I mean, I'm surprised that there are still Mercury systems out there, but yeah, we still come across Mercury systems. But there is definitely a shift to go to LED. I mean, LED has been out for a few years now, and again, because the CoolLED systems are give you almost the entire spectrum in terms of output, and because the intensity is there, yeah, we've seen a huge trend in LED replacing Mercury and metal halide systems. Yeah, so fortunately, we actually haven't had to reach out to customer support for anything. We have systems all over the Mid-Atlantic region, and we've had, I think, one issue, which was handled very quickly from CoolLED. So luckily, we haven't had to deal with the CoolLED support. And that speaks a lot about the robustness of the CoolLED systems. I want to use many words, but just awesome. Awesome. Yeah, the systems are great. We've had 0 issues with the systems. For 99% of every single customer, it really meets their demands and some. So awesome.